How old is that baby? Eddie's on mute. That baby's adorable.
Oh, thank you. Just
How
a
old
couple
is
of 1 month and some change.
Oh, sweet. Lucky man.
Yeah.
Um, but I wasn't accustomed to spending this much time in front of a screen. And when we first went to, being on computers, more than we are normally, and just looking at Zoom so much, I had to go get those blue light glasses. I started getting really bad headaches. So on the weekends,
So that's what I'm wearing them right now because obviously being in college and having to go through all of that, these are the most beneficial item that I've ever purchased in my life.
They say, and if you're going to, especially, where are you going to college right now?
I go to USD, so on the hill.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you studying?
I'm majoring in business administration.
Very smart.
So we're getting ready to start with Nina. Nina, I really didn't get what your position is with Virtuance. Are you a manager, marketing manager, or what are you?
I am the sales and marketing coordinator for the San Diego territory. I cover as far down to the border, all the way up to where Temecula meets Murrieta, and all the way up to right where Dana Point hits. It's a San Clemente, Dana Point, and then Huntington Beach, right? So where Dana Point meets Huntington Beach, I go right up to Huntington Beach.
Oh,
now,
wow.
we cover above that too, but that's plenty for me to cover. So, but
is there anything you can do to enhance your sound, either get closer to it or?
Is that better? Now you have to see me better. Is that better?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see if I can turn it up. Sorry.
It's kind of a little vague there.
All right, the next thing, and I'm just going to, since it's Friday and it's like a happy hour feeling too, when this started, my hair was about 3 inches shorter and I had bangs, okay? And I'm not used to looking at myself that much. I'm not that vain of a woman. But that being said, this new fold over thing, I've spent a lot of Zoom going, who is that woman? Like, I don't even know who I am because I've never not had bangs. So,
oh, wow.
Anyway, now you may be TMI. So anyway, Virtuance. I am the sales and marketing coordinator. Can you hear me better now?
Oh, yes.
Perfect. So I'm the sales and marketing coordinator for a company called Virtuance. By a raise of hand, or have most of you heard about Virtuance? I was just on the meeting this past week. So all of you have? No? Good. So two haven't. Andy, I'm sorry that you have to hear it again. And anyone else?
Oh, no, you're fine. I actually had a listing shop by Virtuance.
And how was that experience?
It was good. It was great.
Good.
John, we did your house with Virtuance. Did you know that? Yeah. John sold his house last year, and I had Virtuance come down there.
Well, thank you. So what separates us from anyone else, and just a preview back, okay, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to tell you a little bit about Virtuance. I'm going to go over the tools we have to help you. And again, these tools are universal, but I just want to go over the bells and whistles that you could benefit from. Then I'm going to go over our free resources. Even if you never use us, we have tons of free resources you should be tapping into. And as far as education, even just webinars, there's content for you to use. So I'll jump right in and get started. Let's keep it super informal. If you have any questions, just ask. And then before I get started, some people don't know this, and I didn't know this when I started playing on Zoom. So I'm just going to point this out. Just so you know, if you ever do want to change your backgrounds, if you want to get the Zoom backgrounds like I have, I'm going to show you where those free Zoom backgrounds are. If you want to change Zoom backgrounds, down where you're, down at the bottom of your screen, there's a mic, and then there's a stop video with a video camera, and above the video camera is an up arrow. If you click on that up arrow, you could see that you could choose a virtual background. And some people already have some preloaded in there, but that's where if you download the free virtual backgrounds, you'd go into choose the background. It would go like this, and you could either add some, like you could add, if I did this, I could add an image from my computer, or there's some that are loaded in here. Like for instance, if I wanted to be a real jet setter tonight, I could be sitting in my private jet this evening, okay? But those are how you do your Zoom backgrounds. And we all know about the chat button, right? Everybody, if you clicked on your chat button down below.
What is it?
the chat button. Do you see where you know how like people put messages in? Do you see where chat?
Oh, the
button?
chat.
Chat.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, sorry, the chat button down below. Some people, I don't know if I shared this. I think I did on the meeting. If you ever want to save what's in the chat box, some people try to write things down. You don't have to. You see where it says everybody and you type a message, there's 3 little dots. You could save anything in your chat room by clicking on those 3 dots and you'd be able to save the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
And I realized I'm not sharing my screen. So let me share my screen now.
And another thing is, Nina, before you take off, put your contact information in the chat.
Okay, I'll do that now too. Do you
Okay.
have control of the screen or can you?
Yes, it's beautiful. Oh my God.
Oh, so all right, so that's a house we just shot. All right,
Nina,
good.
will you say one more time how to save the chat?
Okay, so if you go into chat, let me go back to that. I have to go
I'm
here.
sorry.
No worries. So if you go into chat,
Oh, I
There's 3 little dots on the right bottom
I see
side.
yeah,
thank you.
it's,
I did not
it's
know
save
that.
chat, save chat. So those, I mean, I didn't know that till I started doing all these Zoom meetings, and I love just sharing that because some people don't know that, or some
I
people.
know. I knew about the other, but I did not know that. Thank you.
My pleasure. Always happy to help. So this is our website. I'm going to move us out of the way. All right. All right. So this is our website. And what separates Virtuance, the first thing I want to start off by saying is professional photography is super important. All of you are on the call here today are professionals. Casey, you're soon to be a professional, but you're a professional student right now. So the reason I shared that, but real photography is important. Real Trends, who is a trusted resource in our industry, even reports, I read this quote when I first started at Virtuance, that just by hiring a professional photographer, you double your GCI. By doing nothing else by that, hiring a professional photographer is that important. So I know people in this COVID that, money could be tight, always try to, hire a professional photographer for all you do, because you don't want to have listings like, let's say that it's even, I don't know, even a manufactured home. You don't want to start off by using cell phones and not having a portfolio you could be proud of throughout your career. So I don't care who you use. I do care if you use a professional real estate photography solution. And when using a professional photography solution, remember, we're not all created equal. And what makes Virtuance different than any other solution is we are the creators of HD Reel. And HD Reel is our own proprietary imaging software system that we designed. And it was designed research into the psychology of home buyers, makes them click on a photo. And I think you'd agree, that's the most important part of photos, is to make buyers click on them. And we studied everything it is that makes buyers go click, the features, the angles, the shadows, all those details. We took all that information and we took that data and created the only processing system in real estate photography that has 25 machine learning algorithms and artificial intelligence built into it and proven to get more eyes on your listing than any other solution. And that's the key point. The fact that we invented a technology that is tested and proven, and I share that and make that such a point because that is something as a realtor you leverage on a listing presentation. You could leverage as another nugget to show that seller that professional you are and how you're heads and shoulders above every other realtor out there. And I'll explain how you could use our technology to differentiate yourself too. So again, I could go over stats, but I want to go over technology. So images attracted to images that attract more buyers. That's what I'm trying to say. And let's see if Zoom is going to work. Here's the study that Toby did. Come on, Zoom. You know what? If I'm not the person that started the Zoom meeting, videos normally don't work. So when you get a moment, you could go here, you could watch a video. If you watch this, what the video would show you is that Toby, who's the leading company who studies ocular movements when people shop online, they put goggles on buyers, and what these little spots are when they put the goggles on, they put our images, random images, and competitor images. And what the data showed is the Virtuance images grabbed the attention faster and held it longer than any other solution. So what is that HD Reel difference? Okay, it is art and it is science. And I think a lot of you have seen this one. So, but I like this one because I know this story, but I'll use one you haven't seen. All right. This is a professional image. And I think we'd all agree it's a beautiful room and it's a beautiful image, right? It looks pretty, right? Yes, Nina, it looks pretty. Okay. That being said, I want you to look at a couple things. Remember, our photographers can't work for us unless they go through our intensive training. And the technology starts the minute that the photographer brings out the camera and the camera goes, because when any other photography solution does that, they're doing about 3 to 5 of those, which are brackets. And what bracketing is when the photographer is taking lighter and darker exposures of the images and they stitch them together during processing. So they do about 3 to 5 because processing is time consuming and can also be expensive, but it's time consuming. Our processing system, HD Reel, that we designed, processes in seconds. And instead of just doing 3 to 5 images, which you see here, we do 5 to 9. And that's the HD Reel difference. And I think you'd agree too, this room, you can't really see how it's connected to the rest of the property. The stone doesn't really shine off. Look at how we shoot this room, and you could tell how you could walk around, and this is a room that you'd want to spend with your family. You could see out the windows, you could see the hardwood floor, you see little nuances like the shadows in carpet in front of the couch. And I love this one because this one I think really does show the bracketing and how it shows it off. Because you see this bedspread? That's the same bedspread. I love it too for composition, same stone, but that's the HD Reel difference. So I shared all that with you because that's something you can leverage on your next listing presentation. When you get the point in that listing presentation where you talk about the photography solution that you partner with, and that you know, you're going to get to a point where you talk about, I'm going to have to take pictures of this home. And I know there's a lot that goes into making a listing presentation and winning that listing, but photography is one of those points. And this is something when you get to photography, you could say, you know what, Mr. Seller, super excited to photograph your home because you know what? The partner that I use to photograph homes, they have images powered by science and they're proven to get more eyes on your listing. And I have tools to back this up too. And that's what I said about not all real estate photography solutions are created equal. There's a whole checklist I could go through when picking a photography partner. Go through it like you would vet a photographer for your wedding or any other service that you would use because it's that important. Our job is to get more eyes on your listing. And our mantra is similar to yours, which is to sell homes faster and for more money. So let me go over some of the solutions that we have, especially during COVID-19, to help you get more eyes on those listings. So one of the things we have are the I should have gone to virtual open house. Let me go there. Virtual open house, because that's what's most important. So we have those tools from 360 panos, and I think 360 panos are a great solution if you get a studio. If you get a small, let's say 1-bedroom home, and you don't really want to spend the budget for a Matterport 3D tour, but you need a Matterport 3D tour because you want to be able to give that virtual open house. So why I think that a 360 pano is a great option for anybody that has a smaller property is because it's one picture that's going to let you do a 360 all around the room. You could also take your cursor and you could spin it around too. I don't want to make anybody dizzy, but you could spin it all the way around to see the complete property. Now, imagine if this was in the great room, like in the kitchen that I was sitting in, where the island is here and you could see out to everything. This would be a great way for buyers real good view of the home without that Matterport expense. With Virtuance, if you wanted to add on a 360 pano, they're only $10 a picture. But as I said, they're a great addition to giving someone a look into the home. The one that's most popular right now that everybody seems to want to have attached to their listing is the, what did I just do? Here we are, view sample. All right, Helen Keller, I got to put on my glasses. Which is the Matterport 3D tours. And this is an example of a Matterport 3D tour. It starts by spinning into a dollhouse and it's going to land in the most frequently used room in the house. And then you could see that there's little dots all over the floor. And you don't have to be good at video games. I wasn't good at it at first, but you just have to click on the dots and it'll take you all the way through the house. You also have the ability, like the 360 pano, to spin the room around and go any way you want through the house. And that way you literally, whoops, I didn't mean to walk into the refrigerator, literally can give anybody a real virtual tour of a home without ever stepping into the home. And that's why 360 panos are that exciting for people to see. They also can make dizzy because you could go literally all over the house, but you can go all through a house with this. And thank goodness there's this technology, because if there wasn't during a pandemic, I don't know what we do. So those are the two most popular tools that any photographer has right now to get somebody into the house. So I'm going to stop right here because I said a lot, and I'm going to take a drink of water. Does anybody have anything they'd like to ask, or does anybody have any questions?
We want to see more of the 3D.
More of the 360? You want?
Yeah. More of the 3D, the matter.
The Matterport?
Yeah.
So go back in here.
Yeah. We want to
Okay.
see more of that. I like the way you've got that the floor plan there.
Yeah, so first it goes to the floor plan. You want to see the house? Let's see. Let's start at, that's the front door. So this is the family room. Let's look around. It looks like there's a dining room over here. And then I bet this is a bathroom. What do you think? Whoops. That's a bathroom. Let's go back down. Okay.
Can you turn around within the room?
Yes. So if I'm in here, watch this. I could look all the way around the room. I could even look up at the ceiling. I could look over here. I could look down at the basket if I wanted to.
Can you go out in the balcony?
Let's see if they shot it. Look, I could walk right up to that VCR. Sorry. And that's what the front door would look like. Let's go. Whoops. Turn around here. Sorry. It's weird because I see everybody's faces too. The bedrooms look very spacious. Let's see if we can go out in the balcony. I don't know if they shot out there. I don't know if they went out in the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can get out there. Let's see. Have any of you ever been on video games? Because a friend said these are so easy because they do video games. And you could totally tell that I've never been a gamer. Hold on, it looks like we may be able to get out there. No, this is, what a cute little out room this is. Isn't that a sweet little room?
Yeah.
That is, I don't know why I guess they didn't want to. And then they have a little study here. So funny, the kitchen isn't that big. And you know what? It's not, no, it's not really an open floor plan in a sense. Interesting. Because you're cut off from here. Let's go downstairs. Oops. Whoa, walked right into that wall.
It does take a little getting used to.
Yeah, but you could see even I'm not good. This house is enormous. But you could see you literally can take somebody, if I was a buyer interested in this home and you both open, you could send them this link and do a Zoom meeting, or you do a Zoom meeting just like I'm doing with you, and walk them completely through the house. And, oh, sorry, I was going a little too fast. Let's go back over here. All right, what did I do? Uh-oh, I got my view wrong. Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. But you could see, you could totally take someone all through a house to let them, isn't this a big home? Whoops, I don't want to, see, I'm going to turn all the way around. And then you just have to pivot so those circles are right. But yeah, there is no reason why you wouldn't take somebody here. I mean, what a great selling tool to tell the seller, look, we could walk all through the house. And then here's the other cool part too. The same way that I did this, you could have, whoops, what did I do? What did I do? Let me go back up here. Whoops. What did I just do? I checked out of it. Here we are. You could have my website pulled up on a Zoom meeting, okay? If you wanted to show the seller examples, you could go right to solutions. You know, you could pull up a Zoom meeting. You could say, you know what, Mr. Seller, I'm going to show you this tool that I'll be using. You would go under solutions, you'd go to the virtual open house, and you would show them either like you would say, I think a 360 would be great for this property, or you know, and then right here, a sample is right here. Okay. You could say, but you know what, Mr. Seller, I think Matterport 3D might be an overkill. Or if you think it's a good option, you would go right here, click on learn more, and then view sample tour. So you have the ability to go right to our website and use our website on your listing presentation. So, you know, possibly sellers may or may not know what these are like or understand the tools that you're going to use to market their listing. So please use our website as a tool for you to make more of not an argument, but state that case to use you as their agent. So going back up here to solutions, I'm going to show you another tool that you could use to leverage on your listing presentation to win that listing, okay? Included for free, and I'm going to say this twice because I get done showing people this next part, and they always go, but how much is it when I get to pricing? Well, how much is that? And this is free. This is going to be included for free in every single listing that we shoot for you in every package. So what it is now included for free. We will create a single property website, and it also has a brochure creator in it. So it's not going to work since I'm not the person running the meeting, but it is a home for your listing. And we designed these single property websites so that your marketing of the listings easier, but more importantly, to increase the search engine optimization for when buyers are looking for homes with your home's attribute, your listing's attributes. So let me show you what it is. Websites that make your listing look good. You're going to get a customizable website that is beautiful on a computer, on a tablet, and also on a cell phone. These colors, let's see, they were playing with my website earlier, that the pristine, this is the pristine theme, but the tour theme may come up. Let me see. And I think the tour theme may come up, so we'll come back to this. Yeah, they're still playing with it. So we're going to come back to this. This is another one of our themes, but I like this theme, and this theme is what I'll use as the example. What's included in here are a lot of things, and I'm going to go over all the features. There's going to be lead gen. At the bottom of this customizable website will be lead gen. So you could use, people that click on this will be able to leave their information and it'll be emailed to you, so you can use it as a contact and add it to your CRM. And then the best part is, we have a new and improved stats report. So tech company, all of the images that we shoot are embedded with meta tags. And that means wherever you put them, once you upload them into the MLS, or you put them on Zillow, or you put them on Facebook or Google, or wherever you're putting your images to market your listing, whenever somebody clicks on those images, you're going to get back a report. And I'm going to show you the report. You're going to get back a report. This is something else you could show the seller that you'll be doing for them. You're going to get back this report, and this report's going to show the seller and you exactly how many views the pictures have got, exactly where those views are coming from. And these are live stats, so that if you do a virtual open house, or this pandemic leaves you and you do a real house, you'll be able to, or if you do a mailer, you'll be able to see the marketing efforts and how they're doing. You're also going to be able to see which home gets the most views. Let's say that when you took the pictures, you thought like this picture was the money shot. Well, come to find out from the data, this is the one that's the money shot, and this is the second money shot. So you can move those pictures around so that, you know, on your social media, so that you're using it to the best effect. This is a great tool to see if your marketing dollars are being used correctly. So let's say that you get back this and it looks like, gosh, most of my, it's coming directly from the MLS. Well, and then it's coming from Google, but I'm spending a boatload of money in Facebook, let's say. Well, I would adjust it and put more money in Google. So you could use all this data to your best effect. The best part of all is this particular stats report can now be created in a PDF, which you could email to your seller to show them exactly how your work is doing. you also, your marketing efforts are doing. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Also included for free is an agent/broker listing page. So what that is, it's a home for all your listings. This is going to be a separate URL that you could add to the bottom of all your emails, and it is another piece that you could use to market yourself. All right, because on here, this has no, I like the other one better. This is where Jenny Agents, all her listings would be all here. It would be a portfolio of everything you've ever shot. You'd be able to come in here and put in, and you know, a little bit about yourself to sell yourself, and then all your listings, just like this example right here, would be right here like a portfolio. So you could show people, and that's what I said in the beginning, that not all photographers are created equal, and that, you know, you don't want to use like your cell phone for one, use a professional photographer, and, you know, a cheaper one for this or that. You want brand consistency, and this is a great portfolio for you to have to market yourself. So to just review the features in this new Virtuance Marketing Suite, the single property website, it's fully responsive to all different platforms, a cell phone, a tablet, a computer. It has lead gen built into it for you. It has a brochure creator, and I'm going to show you the back end. It is designed to increase your search engine optimization, because you are going to also be able to connect all your social media, as well as if you have a website, or like the Metro website too, you could connect all that. And the more you connect your technology, the more it increases your search engine optimization. It is enabled to embed 360 panos, Matterport tours, and even content we didn't shoot. So if you take photos with your cell phone, if you have photos that we haven't shot, you could put it into this website. We have different themes, and we'll continue to add more. As I said, you could put your, it'll connect, if I didn't say it already, it'll connect all your social media from your Facebook, your Twitter, your Google accounts in a click of a button, one and done. You get the hosted agent page, and you get those robust analytics that you're going to be able to send to all your sellers. I mean, your sellers, and then take it for a test drive. Let me show you. This is the back end of it. And I'll just go over this quickly because I want to go over the free tools, and then I want to go over questions. So this is the back end of the Virtuance Marketing Suite. This is the overview where you'll be able to put in the MLS, the listing status that you'll be able to change. You'll be able to move around the pictures any way you want. It's as easy as a click of a button. There's no design experience necessary. You're going to be able to connect all your social media. This is kind of just the overview. How many views today, average session on it, how many leads you got. Also, this is the stats report. Come on, there we go. This is the stats report. Let me move this so you can see. This is the stats report. This is where you'd email to your sellers. This is how you could download the report if you wanted to bring it on a listing presentation. This is all about the listing info. So you would be able to put the listing price and set it up so that it would show up. This would be your photo gallery. Did I not go to the, this is the photo gallery. There's another place where you could put all the amenities, and moving the pictures around in the photo gallery is that easy. It doesn't take long to do it all. This is the brochure creator. Come on, brochure creator. And there's a front and a back, but the button got, I couldn't find the button. This is the back page, and this is the front page. And in seconds, and come on, there we go. Your headline would go here. In seconds, you're going to be able to customize and make your brochure for your home. And like I said, you could move the photos around and change the photos in a click of a button. It's that easy. You're also able to, let me go back here. Come on. I think my Zoom is tired. I'm going to go back to the overview. There's a place too where you are going to, why am I, here it is, listing info. Where you'll put the whole description of the home, and you'll be able to put if it's pending, if it's for sale. So all of this you'll have at the click of your button. This is where you'll download all the videos, download the photos. This is where you'll add all the links if you wanted other website links to go in. So it's a super easy. You could see how simple it was without any design experience. At the end result of this, you're going to be able to tell your sellers, I'm not only going to be taking beautiful pictures. Let me go back to my homepage. These are the listing. Mr. Seller, I'm not only going to, I thought I'd go back to my, let me get out of here. I'm not only going to take beautiful pictures of your home, I'm also going to be creating a single property website for you. And again, it was designed to increase your search engine optimization. So those are the tools that we have. I'll go over pricing at the end because the most important part I wanted to go over too were the tools we have that even if you never use me, use these tools, all right? You go to learn, you go to resources. These are totally free. They're here even if you never use Virtuance. First things first, the Zoom backgrounds. If you want the free Zoom backgrounds, they're right here. Download them. You could, well, not the Jet. That my friend sent me the Jet, but you could download Pretty Kitchens like I have. Okay, like you saw in the very beginning. The next thing that I want to show you is the educational tools that we have, and we're constantly adding more educational tools for you as well. So, for instance, this webinar is on demand, free for you to watch whenever you like. How to stay connected with your farm during uncertain times. What I really liked about this webinar was we partnered with Corfax on this one, and they went over verbiage to use in your marketing as we go through this pandemic, because the verbiage is different than it was last summer. It's a whole different world we're living in, and I thought it was really thought-provoking the way that they went about talking about the different ways you use the words you use in your marketing campaigns as we go through this pandemic and as we come out of the pandemic on the other side. The real interesting part I thought about this webinar and why I think it's worth a look-see for every agent, hold on a second, I gotta get something to drink, is when we do get past this pandemic and we do go back to living in a world where we could be closer to one another, people may still be a bit germophobic. And what I found interesting in this webinar is they showed tools that every agent may want to have in their bag of tricks. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you go to an office right now, there's like footprints, or if you go to the grocery store, stay 6 feet apart, and there's signage. It didn't even dawn on me that realtors may need tools like that in their bag of tricks as we go through this pandemic and open houses become something that we're able to do again. So I thought, and I'm not selling anything for Corfax because I know there's going to be a ton of companies that are selling this. I think it's worthwhile to look at this webinar to see what I'm talking about, to see those tools, because those may be precautions that you may want to add, or precautions your sellers may want you to add when open houses come. So I thought that was really cool. But the two tools, I think, going back to the virtual open house, I didn't mean to get so wordy on that. We have tools. If you've never, let's see by a raise of hands, has everybody on the call done a virtual open house already? Have all of you done virtual open houses? If you haven't,
Not really.
okay, if you haven't, don't worry. A lot of us never did before this pandemic. So guess what? We have a PDF on how to host a virtual open house. And if you're not a reader and you're more of a Cliff Notes kind of person, guess what? We have a checklist, so you don't have to read. Okay, so again, it's even if you've done them, it's worthwhile to check that out because maybe you could do them better, right? So we have that tool there. Here's another really good webinar on how to keep your real estate marketing active, especially during the pandemic. This one's good. It has some great ideas to generate more leads using your social media. And I thought they were super provoking. I mean, Casey, I'd love for you to give me your feedback on them later, you know, because I bet you use social media more than all of the rest of us on the, you know, you're younger. So I thought they were really interesting. And I did not even think of some, like, it really was thought, like, it provoked my imagination. So I haven't tried any yet. I talked in the beginning about being able to leverage our technology and use it as a differentiator to help stand out on your next listing presentation. This brochure was created for you to do just that. And again, this goes more to us, but I'll show you more free tools in a second. This tool was used so you could say, you know what, Mr. Seller, I partner with someone whose images are powered by science. So that listing presentation brochure is here. I'm going to go back to resources, and under resources, there's a couple other things. So there is the Virtuance Marketing Suite. If you wanted to learn more about it or show your sellers what it's all about, that single property website, this is the tool that you could tell them about that. This talks about different enhancements that you want to use, and I'll go over some of those when I show you the pricing. And then right here under PDFs, there's even more tools for you to use. All right. Again, you could, this is about if you wanted to talk to your sellers about using Matterport 3D, this is a great tool to use the Matterport 3D. And one more tool I want to show you too. These are also other brochures you can use to talk about Virtuance. This is a pre-shoot checklist. And I don't know if any of you used pre-shoot checklists prior to COVID-19 when you were doing your listing presentations. Did any of you use pre-shoot checklists? No? All right, I'm sharing this nugget. So when I first got my job at Virtuance, if not only do I sound funny because my voice is cracking up on me, I've talked a lot today. My Aunt Judy has been in real estate. I'm from Philly, South Jersey. And Aunt Judy has been in real estate. She's from Philly, South Jersey too, since the 70s. And we're from the Philadelphia Art Museum area. If I shut this down, you'd see the Art Museum on my computer screen. But Aunt Judy has been selling real estate in that area since the 70s. And when I got this job, Aunt Judy was so upset that we're not in Philadelphia yet. We're in 31 markets throughout the country because people like Cody Gibson have helped us grow our company all across the country. And our HD Reel provides consistent magazine quality images regardless of where we shoot, but we're not in Philly yet. So Aunt Judy was mad because A, she said she would use it to precondition her sellers before they get back photos because they say, she said to me that, Nina, they hire me as an expert. In fact, nowadays, people's grandchildren even hire me as an expert to buy and sell their home. And I have photos taken, I get back photos, and guess what? All of a sudden, they become an expert in real estate photography. And I wonder, why did they hire me, right? So she said, I'd use your technology to precondition them because did they do 2.5 years of research? So I thought that was really funny. But what I really wanted to share was this. I thought this was ingenious. My aunt said that she uses a pre-shoot checklist on every single listing presentation she goes on. She uses it for a presumptive yes. How does she do that? We all know in business, you have to ask for a sale more than once, right? Well, when my aunt's going through that listing, when she gets on that pre-COVID, when she goes on that appointment and she's walking through the house and she's building rapport with the seller, she turns to that seller during that building rapport before they sit down and talk business and says, you know, we're going to have to shoot this home like you do, you know, you get ready for a Christmas card. We're going to have to get your home ready for photos. And she hands them a pre-shoot checklist. If that seller takes that checklist from her, that's the first yes in asking for the sale. That's her presumptive yes. And she says 99.9% of the time, she wins that listing if they take that listing, if they take this pre-shoot checklist from her. She says she knows she's in trouble if they don't. She knows when they sit down. So I hope Aunt Judy's little tidbit works, but it's also a great thing, especially now. She did say she was gonna, she didn't use the word crib. She said she would be copying mine because it was 10 times more thorough than hers and she liked our format. But this is great to use, especially during COVID-19, because nobody really wants anybody in their house. So this is a great way that they'd be able to get their home ready. So I do like to point that pre-shoot checklist down. I always like bringing up Aunt Judy because she makes me smile and she's my favorite aunt. So now you know my Aunt Judy. And it's funny, my friends, when they meet her, everybody calls her Aunt Judy. So if she ever comes out to California again and I bring her on a call because sometimes she goes work with me, you guys will get to call her Aunt Judy too. So that's, oh wait, there's one more thing under my Learn tab. Do any of you have a newsletter or send a blog out to your customers or your sphere of influence? Do
Yeah.
any of you do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do any of you need free content?
We always love free content.
Go to Learn, go to blog. And if you go under blog and you go to homeowner tips, you will find so much free content, you won't know what to do it. Now, how many of you guys know Marketing Melody? Have any of you ever been to Marketing Melody's seminars? Do you know who she is?
No.
All right, if you
She came
don't know
to
who
our
she is,
office once.
what, say it again?
She came to our office once.
Okay, but she works with agents and helps them do marketing. And was lucky enough to be a sponsor for a couple seminars she did with SDAR. And what I learned in her class was it was talking about how videos, it was talking about social media and using social media for marketing. And she shared during one of those presentations that when you post a video on social media, you get more hits than if you just put content. So I'm going to challenge you guys with this. All right. Here's just something to challenge you to just, you know what? Facebook and social media is a great place right now to get out there and get leads. All right. So here's a way that you could possibly get a new call block. All right. Take out your cell phone and point it at yourself and make a video. Do this. Pick one of these things right here that resonate with you, like 20 ways to declutter your kitchen. All right. Take your phone, point it at yourself and say, hi, Nina Hegyl here with 20 ways to declutter your kitchen. Click on the link below. And if you'd like to learn more about buying and selling homes, please reach out to me. I'm here to help. Take that video, put it on your Facebook page. And then you're going to see, because I'll go to my Facebook page if you want to see, I did this experiment. You're going to see more views than I've ever got on hits on my content. And guess what, those views, like where it says like 36 views, 56 views or whatever, that becomes 56 new people you could call and say, hey, thanks for looking at my video. So give it a try. I mean, I did it. I mean, I'm under Facebook. I'm Nina S for my middle name, Hegyl. And I have to make a couple more, but I tried this experiment when COVID first started. I made a video with my tortoise, and like I said, it's no time to shelter at home. In any case, I got more views on that than I've ever gotten on anything else. So I hope that that's a little valuable tidbit about, you know, getting more like a new call block. B, I hope you've learned a lot more about real estate photography and how Virtuance can help. But B, about the tools that you could use and how important using a professional photographer is. So I'm going to open it up. I talked a lot. So thank you for having me here. I hope it was informative. Did you guys, let me stop sharing my screen. I'm going to get rid of it. Stop share. There we go. Now I don't, there we go. So let's unmute. Let's talk. Let's say yay Friday. You guys have any questions? Did you find it valuable?
Yes. I did have a question for you though. You know what, when they make a report about how many views you have, do you have any contact information of the people that views? Is there a way to get their contact information?
No, we'll only, when they click on it, we just know that you got to click on it, but it would be too, I mean, that is good, but we're not that good yet. We'll only be able to get back the information from that single property website if they fill out the lead capture. There's lead capture at the bottom.
On which page is that?
So that single property website, remember when you shoot with us,
okay.
You'll get back a single property website. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention, in that single property website, there's also an interactive map. I think I'd rather sit in my kitchen.
Is that single property website, is that connected to the something, so when they're looking at properties, they could click into that?
Say that again, Judy. I think I understood what you asked. But
you know, so you've got a single property website. When people go into look at these properties, I don't know if they're coming from the MLS or wherever they're coming from, would there be a link there where they could go into the single property website? You
could put the link to the single property website, like you could put the link to the single property website on your Facebook page or wherever you want. It's yours to take out.
How about in the MLS? Could you do that?
I haven't been on the MLS, so I will get back to you on that. I don't know. I don't know what, I know you could upload pictures to the MLS, but yes, I'm pretty sure there's a place where you could put the single property website up there because that's where the tour is. But I'll get back to you on that question. I know our pictures get uploaded there, but I don't know I don't know your MLS, so I'll have to get back to you on that. But here's the other thing. What I thought you were asking me is, you could connect this to your website. If you have a website, you can connect your single property, and you could connect your website to the single property website.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're on like the single property website for 123 Main Street, a button up top would be go to my website. Do you see what I'm saying? Or it could be go to Metro's website or go to my listings. So that the more you connect that stuff, the better.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, it's the end of Friday if I got a little. Anything else?
Somebody else have a question? Wait a minute.
I
People are muted.
Nina, I have a question. First of all, that was fantastic. And
Thank
now
you.
I'm not a realtor, I'm a lender.
Right.
So can I also go in there and play with some of those tools or something? Because I as you were talking, I did go to the site and it
Right.
wants my information. Well, I'm not a realtor. So if I put my information in as a lender, is that okay?
That's okay. I have my information in there, and I'm not a realtor, and I get all the blogs and everything too.
Okay. Because I'd like to play there and look at it a bit. And like I say, I'm not a realtor, but I'm somebody that can recommend it to somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I also have, that's my contact information I put up there. Okay. And I also have, hold on a second. I also have, and I gave this out the other day too, VUAN.com. All right, so I put my name in the chat, my email in the chat, my cell phone number in the chat, and then that link underneath my cell phone, which is www.virtuance.com, San Diego. If you click on that link, I don't know if you could, copy it and click it, click on it so it opens up, and you fill in your information, okay, you will get a 15% discount code. So Patty, if you ever want to recommend me and say, you know what, I'd like to recommend you, and I'd also like to give you a 15% discount code.
Okay.
So that's great for you. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
not only are you recommending something, but you're also saying here's an added value, and that's off all our services. And I didn't go over pricing because I wasn't trying to be salesy, but let me just show you. I'm just going to share my screen again where the pricing is, and I don't want to be like, I don't want to, just so you could see, and ordering. I didn't go over pricing and ordering just in case. So pricing, you would go here, okay? And again, we're a computer company, so this is everything that's included. And then this is if you wanted to see examples of the website. We're in 31 markets, so you would just put in a zip code of where you want to go, and then show pricing would come up. All right. You would have all different images. We have, all right, these are the different packages. The other cool thing is too, agents don't have to sit there and go through and pick out their best pictures. We've done the research. We're going to shoot that home outside and out with the best pictures sent to you in a link ready to upload. So that hour or two that you used to sit going through photos, you could take that time and use that to a better use than going through photos. So we have different packages to choose from. We have daylight and twilight. And when you click on it, the prices will change. You'll see we have a 10 image pack, a 25 image pack, a 35 image pack. If you want Matterport to stand alone, you could order that just by itself. We also have drone photography. You could do 10 exterior photos, an aerial video, or the aerial video and the photos. And then also, if you notice underneath each is you could view samples of everything that we do. If you wanted to add Matterport to any of these packages, see how it starts at $149 with no images? If you add it to the packages, the price is reduced, okay? And this is where the 360 panos are. Like I said, they're only $10 to add on. A couple of things that I like to point out are we do have everything you need from floor plans to stock images, subdivision packages, rush delivery. I would not let anybody buy this because as I showed you on the single property websites, in a click of a button, you're going to attach all your websites. Same thing too. The custom URL is becoming very popular, okay, especially with the custom websites, because normally you'll get back a tour link that looks like this. But if you upgrade, you could get a tour link that looks like this with the address linked into it. And that is so awesome considering the reason it's popular is that URL with your portfolio, you'll have a naming convention for all your properties, which will just make your portfolio of listings look amazing. So those are some of the ways to look at our prices. Ordering is super easy. You either call that 844 number or you hit this big orange button right here, schedule a shoot, and you could order 24/7, okay? You would just put in the address of the home. Okay, And then it would come up, it's retrieving it. It would ask you to locate the property. I confirm my property. Now the prices come up. Do I want a 10 image pack? Do I want a 25 image pack? Do I want just Matterport? Do I want this? So I would click on it, and my computer's going to be slow. All right. And then you would just go through all the steps. I don't have to walk you through, but that's what would happen. There it goes. My computer's just going to be slow. But you would walk through the steps. You'd be able to pick out your photographer. You'd be able to pick out your time. And again, you're able to do this 24/7, except if you're on Zoom, it's just going to work a little slow. All right. So I'll stop sharing that. There we go. But it's that easy. And as I said, once you place your order, you'll get your photos no later than 5 p.m. the next business day. So that's that.
Thank you.
And that cute little Puchkala. Oh, I must say I've been having so much fun. My son has a couple friends that my son's friends are having babies, and I've had cousins that are having babies. So I've gotten to buy little baby clothes. My son's 29, and I'm not one of those mamas that would say go get married or anything like that. We're all on our own. He's dating a nice girl, but no pushing. But my son has had a tortoise since he was 3, and turtles since he was little. He's 29. We still have the turtles. The turtles have been made babies. I have the babies turtles. We now are up to, we have 3 original turtles, 5 baby turtles, and the tortoise. Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
needless to say, my son likes turtles. And I was shopping for baby presents last weekend, and I found the cutest little overall set. It had a little shirt with these tiny little turtles all over it, and it was like light green and white striped, and on the pocket was the cutest little embroidered turtle, and it was even on sale. So I bought it because we buy this little book called Turtle Time. It was a sleepy time book I used to read to my son when he was little, and he's been buying that book and giving that as a present to his friends. So I thought that would be cute with the Turtle Time book. And I brought it home, and oh my gosh, I don't know if my son threw me a bone because so many people are having babies, and maybe to keep me quiet in case I was one of those moms, but he took me aside and he goes, Mom, that's so cute. If you wanted to, you could go back and buy one for like me for later in life. And I thought, oh my goodness, did you open up the door?
Same.
So anyway, that was my little funny story.
Now you can't even get away from the babies on Zoom calls.
And what?
You can't get away from them, not even on the Zoom calls.
No, I can't. I just, again, how lucky you are, because, it just brings so many smiles, little babies. They just do. They naturally make you smile. So I look forward to it. I'm in no rush, but now I understand why my dad was such a nag after I got married. I could see the joy. So does everybody I'll go around the room once. What good thing are you doing for you this weekend? All right, Judy, we'll start with you, birthday girl.
Oh, happy
I
birthday.
have another Zoom call tomorrow with making some consultations with clients. Other than that, I'm going to be doing more house cleanup. So
That's always,
I've been doing that for about 3 months now. With the pandemic, I had that extra time where I used to do open houses. Now instead, I throw away papers from 50 years ago.
but doesn't it feel good? I've purged a lot.
Amazing. It's just
Yeah.
amazing. It's a big deal for me.
Same here. My garage is clean, and I have a garden in my like vegetable garden in my backyard.
Oh wow!
I know.
Who knew?
I know. Casey, what are you doing?
This weekend I'm also in summer school right now, so I'm finishing my essay and finishing my quiz, and then I'm golfing a lot.
Yay, good. I was gonna say, hopefully you're doing something sweet for you. And
Yeah, just a lot
Good.
of sports and going to the gym and getting everything situated for my last year of school and heading into the real world.
Oh, senior year this year. Yay.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully it's not an online graduation.
No. Hopefully by June we should be good. We should have at least better therapeutics and a vaccine by then.
Yeah. So, and we're a small enough school, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And John?
Well, we already did our big event for the weekend. Judy and me and the family all went to Marietta's in Bonita and had a great Mexican dinner outside on the patio. Beautiful evening air and a great conversation. And I tell you what, we had a good time.
Nice. Nice. And Patty, do you have good plans for you? Do something sweet?
Well, really just not work this weekend. I work a lot. I do have something going tomorrow, but I will tell you our fun thing is that we had a duck lay 6 eggs, well, laid a bunch of eggs, but had 6 ducklings, and they were 3 weeks old on Tuesday, and they're getting huge, and that's been our life literally for the past 2 months, and we're not using our swimming pool because we gave it up for the ducks.
So they were wild ducks that came and laid eggs in your house?
Yeah, well, not in the house, in a
Right.
garden right by the pool. But last night, our grandson, people will keep saying to us, because I got it posted on Facebook, and they're saying, what are you naming them? And I'm like, I don't know if they're boys or girls yet. I think they might all be girls because they still look the same. And so last night, our 3-year-old grandson asked if he could name them. And so he named them Red, Treehouse, Wheel, Plant, Grass, and Succulent.
I think those are good names. I think those are good names. Oh, how sweet.
Yeah. So we're having fun. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What part of town do you live in?
Not your part at all. I'm in Tulsa. I'm in Oklahoma.
You're in Oklahoma.
Yeah. But but our daughter lives in San Diego. I'm licensed in California, and I'm usually in San Diego at least once a month. It just happens to be because of a pandemic. I haven't been there since February, so I'm suffering for that.
Well,
but I do have one question. Just because the pictures were so awesome, the photography and everything, I saw you did residential and commercial. Do you do boats, like yachts?
I don't know. I bet we do. I did a stable.
Yeah.
I did somebody horse stable. So, I mean, in Rancho Santa Fe, I just did that a week ago because they called me up and said, can you shoot our stable? And I went, it's real estate. And a boat's water real estate. So let me ask.
Well, I'm just curious. We have a boat there. We did have it on the market because we were going to buy another one, but everything's on hold right now. We can't do anything. So, but when the time comes, that would be definitely. Yeah.
I mean, it's rooms, it's real estate. So I don't see, I mean, it's just a floating real estate.
I mean, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, we do manufactured homes. They're, about the same size. So I don't see why, you know what I'm saying? Just put that on the water. So,
well, because I was surprised at the prices.
Oh,
I mean, if I was selling a house there, I would definitely want to take advantage of this.
Well, thank you. The funny duck story, I thought you lived here. That's why I asked where you were. I'm in the Carmel Valley area, and I've lived here since the 80s. I'm an original owner. I bought right out of college, late 80s. When did I buy this house? 1987. When I moved out here, my grandfather had passed away, left me some money. And my first job was in Del Mar. I went over Del Mar Heights Road, and I worked for John. I went over that road. I went, I have to live here. Okay. So I just thought Del Mar was so pretty. And there was a lot of different homes. There's a couple other properties I regret. One in PB that was zoned for condos, one in Encinitas. I think that's more me, one in Cardiff. I like the neighborhoods better. Yeah. But they were just developing this area. And I remember my aunt, Judy, location, and school districts, right? So I just thought there's no way real estate here could go downhill. And then they slapped a 2-year moratorium on Carmel Valley. And I had to camp out from my home. 2 weeks I had to camp out from my home. I got into Carmel Valley for 103.99. Okay. No millers, no homeowners, corner lot. All right. Wow. I've lived here forever. Okay. When I first moved here, there wasn't even the Vons. There wasn't even the Ralphs. All right. In this area. And I'm kind of in the middle of the hood, I like to call it. But that being said, I'm just saying in the beginning, there were coyotes. In the beginning, there's still owls. Okay. But never, ever, okay, and I'm a corner lot, and it's a double cul-de-sac, so you would not come to my house unless you live here or you're lost. So my son moved back home, at the end of the year. I had a horrible end of the year. I got super sick last year. Long story short, bad surgery, cancer-free, good news. But I had to recuperate. My son was living in LA and he worked for Sigma Aldrich and he has a very good job, but he said, I don't want to live that far from home anymore. And I needed to recuperate. So he came home to take care of me. And he said, can I move in? And for the whole month I was sick. So he said, can I, stay here and look for an apartment? I went, yeah, of course, I don't care. So he said, I'm getting a job in San Diego. This is over Christmas. This little son of a gun gets even a better job in San Diego. Yay, I have him back home. But then he's also here for the pandemic, all right? So my son has made the office and he thinks like he can't even say thank you enough because he makes a huge salary. I'm not gonna make my child pay rent, right? And so again, thrilled to have him here, thrilled to be able to give him a leg up in this stage in his life. But he's working out of the garage. And all of a sudden I hear, oh my goodness. And I go, what? He goes, get out here, Mom. And I said, what? He's working on his computer and on this left-hand side, he hears quack, quack, quack. And 2 ducks are walking to the garage, on the driveway into the garage. And I go in my garage and there's 2 ducks that are hanging out in there and like, they live here. I am not lying. Funny, it's funny. We all know Delmar Heights Road, right? My son, one of the gifts I think from this pandemic, we walk every morning unless the surf's good, then I lose him to surf. We're walking up Delmar Heights Road and we're right kind of near where that fire station is. And you see the car screech stop. And it's those 2 ducks walking across Delmar Heights Road in no hurry whatsoever.
Yeah,
and I said, oh my goodness. So we ran out to get them because I didn't want them to be squish ducks. And I could have picked them up and there's nothing wrong with them. They totally flew away. It was bizarre. But,
well, you can go to PetSmart and buy some duck food.
All right.
Don't feed them bread. Don't feed them bread.
I won't. And Indy, we didn't forget you. What are you doing this weekend besides taking care of those babies? Do you and your wife get to do something for the 2 of you?
We're thinking maybe go and watch the sunset.
Oh, definitely.
Doing something small, maybe get out the house.
Do you have family nearby to help you with the kids?
What's that?
Do you have family nearby to help you with the babies and the kids?
No, it's just us.
Well, if it wasn't pandemic, I'd say Grandma Nina's that Grandma to be Nina's in training if you ever need help. Okay, just saying.
Yeah, they will be here in the summer, but for now it's just us.
Oh.
Nice beard, Andy.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, we're letting it grow.
Sure has been growing.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, it's been fabulous. We're kind of past our time now. It's been great. Nina, you were just invaluable.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely keep in touch with you. I mean, I just need to create more listings so that I can use all your services.
Well, I am here to help. And one last thing, I'd love to be friends on Facebook. And on Facebook, I'm Nina S. Hegyl. Okay? So it's the other one I don't really use anymore. That way I don't really use Facebook except for my business. But please friend me on Facebook. And if you want, you could even
put it on the chat.
Oh, I thought I did. Hold on. I guess I didn't enter it. Enter. There you go. Nina S. Hegyl. And it stands for my middle name. So friend me. And if you want, you could see my silly video with my tortoise. And I'm not you could tell I don't have a lot of TV experience.
Well, thanks again. What a great presentation. It was fabulous, everybody.
Yay.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Nina.
Bye, Judy.
Thank you so much.
Next week, we'll have another wonderful guest. Tell your friends, tell your families, tell your enemies, whoever. Let's get them on here.
Oh, one more thing. I have good news. This is something cool too. If you guys are free, do this on, join this too. I forgot to tell you this. Properties, North County. Let me, join them on Facebook, okay? Join this group, Hot Properties North County. And what this is a virtual pitch every Wednesday. It's 3 o'clock. I always raffle off a free shoot too. There's about 20 agents each week. So if you have buyer needs, if you have any listings coming soon, it's just another place that you can market your listings. But I'm sharing this because this Wednesday at 3 o'clock, one of the top trainers from the Buffini group will be talking in like at least 10 minutes talking about, dealing in business during these changing times. So I think, I mean, all of us know the Buffini group and how invaluable they, things that they say in training and helping agents. So if that's helpful, please join in this Wednesday. It's just something that I think everybody could find valuable. So sorry, I forgot to tell you that. Now have a good week.
Thank you, Nina.
Bye. Be well, everybody. It was so nice spending Friday night
Happy
with you.
birthday,
It's really fun.
Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Good night, everybody, and thanks for coming. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.